Alright, what is going on everybody? It is Tristan, and today in this video what I got going on for you guys is something very simple. What we're going to be getting into is I have done a lot of hold or sell videos lately, but I just want to discuss the fact of, just to straighten it out my camera, but I'm discussing the fact of how March had a lot of very good long-term sneaker investments. If you're someone that has a lot of capital, you're willing to hold sneakers for a longer period of time, like a year or two, you know how to store them correctly, like, you know, vacuum sealing them, stuff like that, just to avoid them from getting dust, mold, anything like that. But that's the main purpose of this video, is discussing some sneakers that I think will be some great long-term plays. And basically, if you're willing to be patient, I think these ones are good. So I hope y'all will enjoy. Again, you want to check my Instagrams, any of that down below, feel free. And you guys can subscribe and like for more content like this. Let's try and hit, let's say, 150 likes on this video. I've put that as a goal on the last few videos, but if we could, it'd mean a lot to me. Just lets me know that these are the types of videos that y'all want more of. And yeah, feel free to check us out down below at Hype Labs as well. Again, I've mentioned this plenty of times. You guys may know what this is. It's my cook group I run with my friend. We can help you get more sneakers for less with the daily deals we do. We got a giveaway coming this week for members only for the Flash Streetwear SB. Winner will get to choose their size. So feel free to join the waitlist and become a member today if you want to become or be a part of that giveaway. And you know, just start hitting more, have more success. In-store monitors, free ACO, so botters running your profiles for you, anything like that. Check us out and feel free to ask questions down below. And that's all I really need to say. I mean, we did some concepts SBs for Undermarket recently, Kobe's, plenty of dunks, SBs, and again, giveaway for these on the way. But let's get started. So the first thing I want to mention is the general fact of how many good long-term plays there was in March. I saw a lot of really good colorways that dropped in March, but also just a lot of shoes that had a lot of really, had a high amount of sales. For example, the UNC 5s. I think that is going to be a great long-term play, especially in those big sizes, and those ended up in, I think some portion on StockX within 3 days. They had like 8,000 sales in 3 days. So there was definitely some heavy demand for these 5s at some point. I just want to, you know, kind of dive into those for a sec. We'll get into these because, again, another really great play. Just go look at how, you know, most SBs performed over time. They usually end up being safe bets, and I think this will be another one that'll end up being a safe bet because the resale prices already right now are pretty good. They're going to continue to drop, which is nice. Again, I said I want to see these below $200 because that would personally be my favorite range where I kind of would like to actually hold these, especially the big sizes like 11, 12, 13. If I see those below 200, I'm just going to have to grab some. So I'm hoping for that. But again, if you're just someone that's willing to play the long term, these will eventually go back up to the point they were at when there was just early pairs out. I mean, that's the case with most sneakers, is really how long are you willing to wait until all of the new pairs pretty much dwindle off and maybe you are one of the only few people with a new pair. Then yeah, it becomes a very set and very unique market, and it does, you know, it tends to become harder to find a buyer as you wait longer. But if it is a popular sneaker model, one that is memorable like the UNC 5, some sort of SB, it isn't very hard to usually find a buyer. And if it's a rarer sneaker, right, and you get it from Nike or something, or you've just been holding on to the pair, you know it's legit, you could bring it to a store eventually a couple years later if it's still there. Or, you know, if you have a new store in your location, in your area, maybe that's popped up in the next couple years, you could bring it to them and be like, yo, I've been holding on to these for a couple years. And a lot of people like taking old sneakers that, you know, have some value to them. Trust me. I mean, if I saw someone bring in something from like 2016, 2015 to, you know, my store, or was offering it, and it was like a dead stock pair, one of these like dunks or SBs, I'd be going crazy for it because that'd be a very rare shoe nowadays. Even some SBs from 2018 are going crazy, like the Purple Lobsters, $1,000 sneaker right there. But this one, personally, great long-term play in my opinion. I just see a lot of value in these in the future, along with many other SBs that dropped late 2022 and 2023. I feel like it's been a really, really good run for SB lately, and that's only going to continue in the coming months, which is awesome, at least for the next month or two. So SB's been going crazy. I'm here for it. It's been for at least the last few months now, so I mean, I hope it continues because so many of these older, nicer pairs with like icy soles, April skateboards coming up, they're going to be really valuable pairs in the future in my opinion. So if you're willing to put the capital up, just hold them once they drop. Good in my opinion if you wait. And also this one right here, again, one that's already high in price right now, kind of has been, you know, dropping, rising, a little bit all over the place. The only sizes that have really been set above $400 are the big sizes, as to be expected. Lower stock, same demand, prices are going to be a bit more. That's just how it is. But it's another one that if you're willing to wait, it's another great one because it could be like 600, 650 in the future. I just messed up that whole sentence, but easily I think it could get there in the future. Probably 700 plus sneaker. I mean, you can look at how some highly priced some of these Jordan 4s are, like the metallic reds, metallic greens. I mean, I'm trying to think of some other ones where there really isn't, and those are sitting at one point, which is crazy to even think of. They're not, I mean, not sitting anymore. I mean, they're going for like 4 times the retail price. So there's some definite demand for them. And I could see that eventually with these sneakers. I mean, there was a $225 retail. Maybe it could be $1,000 resale one day. I think that's a little much. I'm going to be real. I think that's a little much. It would take a very, very long time for that to happen, in my opinion. Just not worth it at that point. And with these, honestly, if you did hit for retail and you're like, man, I don't have the capital to hold on to these, I don't really want to, then sell them locally. That's my best piece of advice I have. Make sure you're safe though if you're meeting up and selling these. You know, don't do it at nighttime, do it at day, public location, maybe do it with a friend, do it with somebody with references that's a trusted seller. I just don't want y'all getting caught up in anything, so that's really the personal advice I have. But selling these locally will yield you the most profit. But if you're willing to wait long term, you have the capital for it, hey, 1-2 years, good play in my opinion. And also these, again, I've discussed them, I mentioned them. I mean, you guys can see the demand has definitely dropped off for these in, you know, bigger sizes. And most sizes in general. It just doesn't seem like these were as hyped as like not even that long ago. These were doing pretty good, but it seems like, you know, they've kind of tanked since then. I mean, it's like almost in the last day or two. Maybe people have started to get pairs in, or, you know, yeah. So it seems like the, you know, demand has just kind of been slowly dropping off for these. But long term, I feel like this will not be a bad play. A lot of 5s don't really make progress long term, and that's one thing I want to mention. But I do feel like 5s are a memorable model. That's one thing about them. And also with these, it is a university blue colorway. So I think those are 2 things we can't really ignore, just because 5s are generally popular. These had good stock though, so that's one of the main reasons why I'm saying it would be long term, and if anything, and it would have to be, you know, the uni blue I think will help make it rouse a little bit. But this is definitely not one of the better plays from March, and I mean, you know how it is. This is just more or less the waiting game with this exact sneaker right here. The other ones I'm a little bit more confident in, but with this one right here, I'm not fully sure. I'm not really 100% confident in it. I just feel like, you know, it could just kind of be, you know, sitting for a very long time at these prices. But again, if you're someone with the money and you're willing to put it up, maybe a few of these in bigger sizes like 12s and 13s for a couple years might not be a bad option to hold on to. I'm just saying there, because these did have a good early market, but we kind of have to see there. I feel like it'd be better to go for these, or for the Flash Streetwears, or even for the white cements, the reimagined 3s. This is another one that I feel like would be great for long term. Even the grade school sizes, those are like under retail right now, like super tanked. I mean, look at this. I might even go invest in some grade school sizes of these, because this is exactly how like the the Lightning 4 grade school sizes were. Like a lot of these sneakers that had a ton of stock, but people really wanted them. The Lightning 4s in grade school sizes, different model, I know, Jordan 4, but those were under retail at one point, just like these. And now go look, not anywhere near it. So, and the grade school pairs did not nearly have as much stock as adult sizes. It's just there's not as much demand for them. Hence why we got these prices right here. But yeah, I mean, the demand is not the same for the grade school sizes either. You can clearly see that. I mean, the adult sizes have much more demand, and, you know, they're kind of sitting at nicer resale prices. But it seems like these are already, you know, making a little bit of a move up a little bit, maybe in the big sizes at least, you know, heading towards 300. I mean, that kind of makes sense. I don't know why 12.5 has been tanking last few releases, even though the stock hasn't been that high for it. It just kind of shows you that's a size that a lot of resellers have been going for, because the market's very low on it. But, you know, for sizes like 10, 10.5, 11, ones that are very commonly worn sizes, I mean, those are just going to be, you know, kind of have more of a buyer's market on them, if that makes sense. But yeah, these long term, of course, it's a great play. I mean, it's based off the white cement 3s from, you know, 88, I think. 88 or 89, I'm messing this up, my bad. But even grade school sizes, I think this could be a big sleeper, again, if you're willing to hold on to them. I mean, under retail, for what? I mean, that's what I don't, or pretty much under retail, 150, yeah, I mean, pretty much. Like, you're not making anything selling most of these sizes to StockX right now, just saying. So, aside from that, that's the one thing I wanted to mention about March. I felt like there was a lot of very good long-term plays, and April is going to be another one of those months as well. I think it's going to have some better shorter-term plays, but for March, if you're willing to put the capital up, just kind of hold, have an inventory, reimagine 3s, Flash Streetwear SBs, and also, I mean, there were some ones earlier this month that are also great. And the Jordan 4 SB, of course, I cannot forget about those. But that's everything I need to mention, at least about those long-term holds. March is a great month for them. If you want to check my Instagrams, any of that down below, feel free to do that. And you guys can also check us out at Hype Labs. Go look at our Instagram again, see some success. We've helped some members with getting more pairs for their collection, daily under market deals. You guys can see some member testimonials here. I mean, look, we have tons of members vouching that the group is very good. So if you guys want to check it out, feel free to check us out down below and join that waitlist. And hopefully I will see you guys there. Again, you can see everything we offer. We have an autofill tool on the way, even free food codes and like free homework helps, like stuff like that, like, you know, could be beneficial to you guys. So again, very random things, but from resale help all the way to that, we got it all. So I'm ending this. I'm Tristan. Thank you guys. And don't miss out on that Flash Streetwear SB giveaway. Members only. See you all in the next one. Peace.